Okay, recording has been started. Now,
Okay.
now what we need to understand over here, a next topic in the Kotlin in the last that we have seen. So this is the simple Kotlin file we have created, this one, right? And we have seen basic things, how function works, how other thing works, that we have seen. Now what we need to see is that what are the different data types available in the Kotlin. What are the different data types that are available in the Kotlin? So functions we have written in the basics. I will create one more Kotlin file and we can say data types, hit the enter, and data types is the file. Now if you remember, in the Java, your class name, if you see here, fn.java is there, fn java. So name of the file and name of the class should be same. The public class should be same. There is no something like that available in the Kotlin. Kotlin is saying that, boss, whatever you want to do, just do it. Complete the business logic and that's it. That's what Kotlin says. Now, what we need to do, we need to understand what are the different types of variables available out there. Sorry, data types. Now if you see, Kotlin says that there is something called as val, there is something called as var, val and var. So here I can say val and num1 is equals to 10. Let's understand first this, and var num2 is equals to 20. Val and var.
But I didn't be able to share this time. I can.
Okay, I did.
See your screen.
Okay, just a minute. I didn't share my screen. I'm sorry. You see my screen right now?
Yes, it is now.
You can see my screen now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is our Git repository. Let me show you. Well, one more thing about this Git repository. I would be uploading codes on the regular basis to the Git repository. This is the Git repository. Okay. And if you want a notifications from this Git repository, just star it. Just click over here, star, right? So what will happen, if I make any change over here, you will get the notifications, email notifications. So you can, what you can say, just click on the star. Okay. Now about the Kotlin we were discussing, this is the Git repository, remember that. Now what we are discussing here is data types. We are discussing what? The data types. And before discussing the data types, we need to understand what do you mean by val and what do you mean by var. So val and var are related to the immutability. They are related to what? Immutability. So when you talk about immutability, whenever you talk about immutability, which means that, just a minute, this part we are discussing variables. Read-only local variables are defined using the val. They can be assigned value only once. Variables that can be reassigned using var Variables that can be reassigned, use the var keyword. Let us see in action. So whatever they have said over here, let us see in action. So I have created val num1 is equals to 10, var num is equals to 20. Let's try to assign num1 is equals to 90 and num2 is equals to something 90. Now see here, if you can see, this line is giving the error. This line is giving the error. As per the programming language, val cannot be reassigned. If you try to do a is equals to something, you will get the error because this is the val and this is the var. Var means what? A value can be changed. Val means what? Value cannot be changed. Num will remain same throughout the code. That is nothing but what? Val and the var. That is nothing but what? Val and the var. Well, I will shift this into the variables. I will create a new file, that is nothing but the Kotlin file. So you would be getting everything together. Variables. So into the variables we can write main, and I will add this code into the variable. So to the data types I will come back again. Right? Now here, do you clear the concept of var, val and var? Any questions on the val and the var?
Actually, val means value, var means
variable.
One second, var. Okay, val means values, var means variables.
Correct.
But in val line also you are giving same integer value only, variable also containing the integer value only. So what is the difference between val and var? Because both are containing the numbers only. This value, this variable means only A or B will come. No. But here also Y number.
No, just a minute. It's not like that.
Okay.
The difference in the assignment, if you see here, you cannot reassign the val. If you see, I am trying to reassign 90 to the number 1. It is not working, but I am trying to assign 90 to the number 2. Can you see, number 2 is saying that boss, okay, it's a var, that's why I will accept this. But I will not accept this. I will not accept this. Why? You have defined num1 as a val. There is no concern about what you write over here. You can write something like this also, val, and you can say name is equals to ABC. And if you try to assign name to PQR, again you will get the error. This is your confusion, right? So this is a 10.
Yes.
This is a 10, right? And this is also 90. Why this is happening? This is what I think you are understanding. But if you see here, this value can be anything. But if you attach val over here, remember that this name cannot change anytime.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Yes. Cannot change anything means actually once again.
See here var value can be changed. Num2 is of type what? Var. Num2 presently it's a 90.
Okay.
And presently it's a 20. Here it is a 90. That can be updated. But if you see, there is an error. Compiler is giving the error.
Yes. Okay. Only value can be changed. Var does not be changed.
Yeah, correct.
Change means it will show error. Okay. Understand. Now understand.
Understood?
Okay. Yes, understand.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Now, there is one more thing, something called as const val, constants, and here we can say pi is equals to 3.17. const val. Okay, so one concern is that it is saying const is not applicable to the local variable. Something like this you need to do, then it will work. Const val. Now val, see, const are the compile time constants, meaning that their value has to be assigned during the compile time. Their value has to be assigned during the compile time. Unlike the vals, where it can be done at the runtime. You can assign the value of the val at the runtime, but at the compilation only, const need to be assigned. At the time of compilation, value needs to be assigned. At the time of compilation only, value needs to be assigned. Right? But whenever we understand the class, we can see this part. Whenever we understand this, we can see this part. Now I have a function, we can say function decide name, and this function is returning, see, this function is returning what you can say ABC. Now here I can add a return type as string. Yesterday we have, on the last session we have seen, type is always written after the colon. Type is always written after the colon. Now I will show you something. So here we can say val, and we can say jpy is equals to decide name, or we can say city1 is equals to decide name. Now I can say const val city2 is equals to decide name. Can you see? There is a difference, which gives you the clear understanding. So what const val says that, see, there are three types of the keywords which are primarily associated with the variables: val, var, and the const val. Val, var, const val. Const val value needs to be there at the compile time only. Value needs to be there at the compile time only, meaning that you cannot do this thing. A function cannot decide the value of the const at the runtime. Either you can do like this, pqr, like this, right? Assign the value over here only, but your function cannot calculate the value of this const in this way. So whenever you talk about the variables, variables can have three different keywords that you can attach with the variables. One is val, another one is var, another one is const val. Getting my point? Hello?
Yes. Actually, const val does not support functional values. Only it will support string type.
No, not like that. Here you can assign direct. See, for your confusion, I clear your confusion. Const val, we can say city3. See, I can add ABC over here. I can add a number also over here. No problem. There is no difference.
Okay.
But
Okay.
concern.
But value only it will not accept.
You cannot decide the value at the runtime. This is a deciding value at the runtime. This cannot happen with the const. The moment I remove the const keyword over here, this will work perfectly. But whenever you say const val, you need to assign the static value only. So here I can say it won't work.
because it is works only in time of compilation.
Yeah,
So it will not work
yeah.
starting.
So what const says that values can be assigned at the time of compilation. Means whenever you declare this py, at that time only you need to assign the value. And wherever you will use this py, compiler will just replace that value with 3.17. Wherever you have used this py, say print ln py, compiler will simply replace this py with the 3.17. That's it. And that is the only reason why your value should be given at the time of compilation only. Right? So this is the error, this is the error. So cross marks are error or will not work.
Okay.
Getting my point?
In third line also we had, in third line also we had given the value only, not function. So only that is working.
That is working.
Const val pi equal to 3.17. Okay, understand.
Okay, clear?
Yes, it's very clear.
Okay, now let's move ahead with another thing. Now when you talk about the variable, right, when you talk about the variable, you need to remember about const, val and the var. So my question to you is that, will this work? Const var, we can say speed is 100. Will it work or not? If I uncomment the line number 7, will it work or not?
It will work.
It will work. Let us see. There is a problem.
Oh, it is not.
Now see.
It is same for this also. Okay.
No. Just try to understand the things. So val means that value cannot be changed. Right?
Okay. Yes.
What do you mean by var? Var means that value can be changed.
Okay.
And constant.
You may not make that constant.
You don't need to attach the const, because this line says that value can be changed. This keyword says that value can be changed. This keyword says that value cannot be changed. Value cannot be changed.
Okay.
So in a one line you are putting the contradiction. So this line is contradiction. This line is a contradiction. Why? Programming language says that, boss, on the one hand you say const, on the other hand you say var. Var means what? Change the value. Const means what? Do not change the value. And you are attaching both. That's why Kotlin says that, boss, this will not work. I will not allow you to do this thing.
Okay.
Right? So remember that.
Yes. Okay. And I had another one doubt. If I am asking queries to, that time by seeing this video, afterwards my voice will not be get recorded. At that time, how can I able to understand that video? At that time, what I had asked without, I don't know.
No, I'm not getting what you mean to say.
No. Actually, I am asking to you. No. During this session, I am asking queries to you.
That would be getting recorded.
Okay. That is my question.
Yeah.
Afterwards, when I watch the video, means it will.
Your voice would be getting recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. So here, if you see, const, var, speed, val, something like this. Now I hope you are very clear with const, val, var, right? Const, val, var. I hope you are clear with that.
Yes.
Const, val, var. These are very important things, and mostly we would be using them. This is about the variables. Now let's move ahead. So let me push this much code first, so that it would be getting tracked. Git add, and we can say git commit, git add, git commit. Just a minute. I am just adding these two things, variables, Kotlin variables, const val var, const val var. I'm just committing and pushing this much part. Now next part is about the data types. Next part is about what? Data types. Now when you say the data types, first we need to understand what is the data type. First we need to understand what do you mean by a data type. So when we talk about the data type, remember that we are talking about what type of data you are storing in the variable. Whenever we are talking about the data type, what we are thinking or what we are understanding, what type of data would be getting stored in the particular variable. In the Kotlin, everything is an object, in the sense that you can call the member functions and the properties on any variable. Just forget about this line right now. In the Kotlin, everything is an object, in the sense that you can call a member functions and the properties on any variable. I'm again reading this. In the Kotlin, everything is an object, very important thing, in the sense that you can call the member functions and the properties on any variable. We will see that what they are saying over here. Not immediately, but we will see. Some types can have a special internal representation. For example, numbers, characters, booleans can be represented as a primitive values at the runtime. But to the user, they look like the ordinary classes. Okay. Now what they are saying, let me tell you. See, this section describes the basic types of the Kotlin: numbers, booleans, characters, strings, and the arrays. Let us see. Numbers. Here we can say numbers. What do you mean by numbers? Now val, I can use a num1 is of type int 10. Now see, I can write this in this way, is equals to 10. Num1 is equals to what? 10. Which is very same val num2. See, types are always written after the colon is equals to 10. Types are always written after the colon. What I am saying? Types are always written after the colon. This is how you will define the variable with the data type. Variable name with the data type. Well, you write the int or you don't. See here, I didn't write the int. This will work. This will work properly. This will also work. You write the data type, or you don't write the data type. Here Kotlin will understand data type on its own. Kotlin will understand the data type on its own. Here you have given the data type. You have given the data type explicitly. You have given the data type explicitly. Hello? You can give the data type on your own. If you don't give, Kotlin will understand the data type on its own from the value you have assigned. From the value you have assigned.
Okay.
Getting that?
Yes.
Num1 is equals
Yes,
to
I
10.
got.
Num2 colon type. Colon type means what? Num2 can hold the data of type 10. Now if you go here,
Okay. Okay.
Kotlin would be having this type of integers: byte, short, int, long. Byte, short, int, long. Byte is of 8 bits, short is of 16 bits, int is of 32 bits, and long is of 64 bits. And here you can see the minimum value of the byte. It's like this. So I can define while val byt num is of type byte is equals to 10. I have defined the byte. Then you can define the short also. Val short num is of type short is equals to 90. See, difference is in the minimum value and the maximum value. I will show you that also. So already we have defined the int over here. So I can again write val int num is of type int is equals to 90. And long val long num is of type long. If you can mute yourself, would be great. So here you can say val long num int short byte. Getting that thing? Now you ask me a question here also. Purposefully I will assign 90. Can you see val byte num is of type byte? Now see, whenever you type the code and it's too much, just right click and format the code. Make a habit of formatting the code. Reformat the file and just say whole file and run it. Automatically formatting will happen. Now if you see, this is about the data type with this is about the numbers. In the numbers, what we have? In the numbers we have byte, short, int and the long. Now see, byte will range from minus 128 to the 127. Let's try to assign 190 to this. Can you see there is an error? There is an error. Minus 190 would be also error because range is from minus 128 to the 127. Now short. Let's try to assign, what is the range? Short is minus 32768 to plus 32767. Can you see there is an error? This is the difference. So whenever you decide the type, integer type, you need to worry about what you can say, what type of data you are assigning. There is a specified range. Remember that there is a specified range. To the byte, this is the range. To the short, this is the range. To the int, this is the range. To the long, this is the range. Clear? Now, there are other types of numbers which are nothing but what? Floating point numbers. So you can say val double num is of type double is equals to 90.89, and val float num, can you see, float num is of type float, generally don't use space over here, float 90.90. See now, there is a problem. If you want to assign the float, see now, this thing, the default value would be considered as a double. See, this is a double value. 90.90 is a double value, 90.89 is a double value, and you cannot reassign it to the float. If you want to do that, just attach f over here. So you say that, boss, do not consider this as a double, just consider this as a float. Do not consider this as a double, kindly consider this as a float. Getting my point? Hello? So 90.90f, 90.89 is a double value, right? You don't need to write a d, something like that. And the difference is again in the range. If you see 32 bits and the 64 bits, 32 bits and what? 64 bits. Decimal digits 6 to 7. If you can see the decimal digit 15 to 16. If you need this much decimal digits, go with the float. If you need lesser decimal digits, go with the float. Bigger decimal digits, go with the double. Okay?
Okay. If float means 6 to 7 means in between 6 to 7 we can use any point numbers.
Yeah, digits.
Within the range only we have to use. Okay.
Digits.
Double means 6 digits. Okay. For same double we have to use in between 15 to
16.
But at the end we have to add a small h.
Hello?
Okay. In double also 15 to 16. In between the digits only we want to use.
15 to 16, yeah, I will show you what they are saying exactly. I will exactly show you what they are saying here. Okay?
Okay. Because you had shown the value like 90 point something, so they asked what is that value in this range is only between 15 to 16.
No, not that 15 to 16. 15 to 16 digits after the point.
Okay. After the point. Okay.
Yeah, I will show you. Just hold on. Now, when you talk about these digits, that digits after the dot, how much digits are available? For the float, it's a 6 to 7 digits. For the double, it's a 15 to 16 digits. Which means that this one, it's a double like this, and here something like this.
Okay, if the count means there must be 15 to 16 digits.
Yeah, correct. 15 to 16 digits.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Yes, Aniruddha.
Just try to run the project and see what happens. If such value contains more than 6-7 digits, it would be rounded. See, that's why compiler is not giving you any error. If you do this thing, something like this, it would be rounded. It would be what? Rounded. A round figure value would be getting generated.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Yes, Aniruddha.
So, if value is more than 6 to 7, if the decimal digits are more than 6 to 7 digits, it will be rounded, and that's why it is not giving you error. So, Kotlin will not give you error, but it will round off this value.
Okay. Program in this code you have given more than 16 digits, it will not give a
Error.
As an error. It will display as
Round off.
It will give the output.
Yeah, it will give you output and the round off. So, if you print this,
Okay.
print ln float num and see what happens here. I have run the program. Can you see it will round it off? Now if I print ln double num, run it. Can you see little bit longer value in the double num? Because 10 to 15 digits are available after this, 10 to 15 after this,
Okay.
and just 6 to 7 after this dot, right?
It will round off and give some less digits.
Correct. Now
Okay.
now now we can count the digits over here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, correct? 14 digits are there. Hello?
Okay, Ananda, yes. It is 14 digits.
You got it, right? What I mean to say.
Yes.
So what they are saying over here, I think it's clear to you.
Yes. Yes, it is up to 5 to 6 digits only. After that, it will go with, it will get rounded off and then display some digits.
Correct.
Okay. And the definition of for this. Okay.
Now you can write numbers like this also. A very big number is equals to, I want to write 1 lakh rupees, 1 underscore 000 underscore 000, 1 lakh rupees. You can write something like this also, or I can say 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh is this much. Now 10 lakh you can represent like this. 10 lakh, just write 10 over here like this. So, and if you try to print it 10 lakh, if you try to print the 10 lakh, just try to run it and 10 lakh would be getting printed. Can you see? At the time of printing there is no difference, but this is just for the understanding of the developers. This is for the understanding of the developers. That's what they have written over here. Right. Now, well, okay, no problem. Now, Boolean data type. Let us see the Boolean data type. So this is what? Number data type, byte, short, num, floating point numbers. So I can write a function over here, num data type, and I can add all these things, or I can add these things over here. Now the Booleans. Boolean data type. Now how do you add the Boolean data type? Val is red, you can say true, or val is green, you can say false, right? Or you can do something like this: val is condition is equals to 10 is greater than 0. This is also okay. 10 is greater than 0, you can write something like this, that is also okay. Getting that thing? Also you can say if value can be decided by this expression also, something like this. But Boolean means only true and false. Boolean means what? Only true and false. Then you can have, if you see after the Booleans, you can have the characters also. Now here we can say val ch is equals to ch or c is of type char, and is of c. Here I will deliberately I will write the type of Boolean so that you will understand type can be written like this. Remember that writing type is optional, but Kotlin will say that I will understand the types on my own from the value you have given. From the value you have given. So val ch is of type char is equals to c. Val ch is of type char is equals to c. So characters can be written in this way also. So you can go to the Booleans, they have given the same value. Characters can be written like this. Now see, this is also character. Remember that /u, a Unicode character. U stands for Unicode character FF00. Now see, you can print the escape sequences. Val new line, new ln is equals to /n, right? Also you can write val Unicode ucode Unicode is equals to slash, you can say in the single tick, remember that /u and FF00. If you print this char println, I can say ch. Here also you can say println nwln, and here you can say println Unicode. Just try to run the project. So here I can say fun num data type bool data type, and I can add this Boolean related things into the function bool data type. So everything would be there and I don't need to delete anything, and you can see that later on. Just run the project and see here, can you see C? This C has been printed, one new line has been printed over here, and the Unicode character, this some box has been printed over here. Well, actually it has not been printed, right? So here if you see,
it has not been that Unicode.
So now you can see, I think this is a problem with editor, that's why it is not showing the character. You need to set something, I think, over here, and after setting that it can show. But concern is that you can show the Unicode characters in this way. So here I can say fun char data type, here I can say char num data type, char data type, and I will add character related things over here. So whenever you come back and see, you will find everything over here, right, in one file only.
Okay.
Now next thing I would like to show you is about strings. Now when you talk about the string in the Kotlins are represented by the type string. Generally the string value is a sequence of the characters. So here we have done single character. You cannot write something like this, there is an error, because if you see here, there is a only one character can be written. There would be what? Only one character can be written. Now I would like to do a multiple characters. See, val city is equals to, now I cannot write in a single quote, but I need to write that in a double quote, right? So here you can go and here you can go, city ABC. Now you can write a string in the Kotlin as a paragraph also. Para.
Okay.
So is of type string, you can say. You write it or you don't write it. So if you want to write a paragraph, 3 quotes are there. Can you see? Multi-line string. Multi-line. So I can hit enter over here.
Yes. Okay.
And there is one function called trim to intent, which is optional. You call it or you don't call it. So I can say hey, hi, or just have something like this. I will copy this from here and paste it over here. Right? A multi-line string. I can hit enter over here. Well, I can hit something like this. Multi-line strings. That is also possible.
Okay.
Now, also string says that one more facility, val, you can say interpolation, str interpolation, pol.
Actually, this words and all defined which actually str interpolation and city para, in which category it will come?
String, see here I will write is of type string. This also I will
Okay.
write string. Okay,
Okay.
I can write
Okay.
string. Now see here, you can say square of 10 is, so in the normal Java what we do, something like this, plus num1. I can refer is this, square of 10 is what? Num1 into num1, that is 10 into 10, correct? 10 into 10. So square of 10 is what? This num1 into num1, something like this. Now in the Kotlin I can say a normal way, and then I can say val interpolation is of type again string. I will write types specifically for few days. See, square of 10, I can get it as it is, square of 10 is, now see, instead of writing this concatenation like this, here only I can write num1 into num1, interpolation. We call this thing as what? Interpolation, string interpolation. Any question?
Yes, sir, is actually this normal way word interpol is defaultly.
No. These are the variable. These are the variable names.
Variable.
That can be anything.
You can give me any name.
Any name. Variable names can be anything. But I'm just giving the names that you can understand. Right?
Okay.
So these names can be anything. So for you, I will keep these names to just clarify your doubt. Now let's run the project and see what happens.
Okay.
Can you see? Square of 10 is 100. Square of 10 is 100. So how did you write that? You have written that something like this. Square of 10 is this, and square of 10 is the way you write. So here you added plus in the bracket num1 into num1. So here you have done square of 10 is inside the string only. If you see inside the string only, you have written dollar curly braces num into num1 into the num1.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes. For 45th line, the output will be within the double quotes. It will display.
No. See, for the output 48th and the 49, output is same. There is no difference. See here.
Okay.
But here, this is one object plus you are trying to do, if you have some one more plus, it will create, or you can say this is a little bit bad practice. or concatenation will create the new objects. Concatenation
Okay.
will create the new string object. So this line is a memory inefficient and this line is a memory efficient. Here you are not concatenating anything, but inside the string you are performing you are executing some expression, right?
Okay.
So this is about what you can say few basic data types that we have seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, contacting means we have to add two things or variables.
Yeah.
But here the same output has been displayed. For that, actually double quotes it's not matter because only condition depends on the condition it will display the output.
Yeah, see here, I will show you. Hello
Okay.
world. Now, how I want to write? I want to give one space in between them. Hello and the world. So, what I will do? Println,
Slash.
I can say
Okay.
part 1 plus space, right? Plus part
Okay.
2, correct? This is a normal approach you will take, but this will create
Okay.
a bad memory. It will do this plus in between, or you can say in between you need to write something. So this will add a new object over here. Instead of that, this would be a better approach, you can say. In one string, you can say here you can do something like this. Well, part 1. Well, this is not a good example to explain that, but that's okay. Part 1. And here I will write a complete string like this, and here part 1 space part 2. Now Kotlin says that if there is only one variable, you can remove these brackets also. I will understand what you want to say. And see, here you have given the space. Here you have given the space.
Oh.
So this plus can be replaced by a one string, but interpolation. This thing is called as string interpolation.
Okay.
Clear?
This is bad approach.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a memory inefficient, and that's why editor is also giving you some recommendation. Can you see convert string concatenation to a template? Can you see that? Convert string concatenation to a template. So memory inefficient.
Okay.
And this is suggested approach.
Okay.
Got it?
Actually, I had answered. Okay. Actually, I had to understand that within the double quotes, it will start displaying as square of 10s, and then we have concatenating this value num1.
Yeah.
Already 10 there is value, so it is taking the value along with that double quotes definition and then displaying. It all depends on double quotes. It is displaying at the based on concatenation. I mean constructing condition.
No, I didn't.
Actually, I didn't understand. No, actually the output is starting from square of 10 is because it is inside this double quotes.
Yeah, see here also it is
Only it is
here also it is in the double quotes. Here also it's in the double quotes. Both are in the double quotes only. Both are in the double quotes only. There is no question of the double quotes. The question of execution of this num1 and num1. This is the concern. Where you execute.
okay.
Here you execute inside the double quotes. Here you execute outside the double quotes. That's the concern.
Okay. That is not the issue. Only that num1 condition alone is the only thing we can understand.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So we can conclude the today's session, and we would be starting tomorrow
Okay.
with little bit about
Okay.
advanced data types. I have little
Oh,
rush now, I need to go.
okay.
Fine?
Fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So we will meet tomorrow
Okay, Aniruddha.
6:30, sorry 7:30 sharp.